at senators, they would engage us very, very fruitfully. Yeah. Yeah, I think as directed, that would be good, senators. I will request the clerks to see what they can be able to decipher at the moment and be able to provide the members from the various estates, so they can be able to help them engage in the meeting. So that is in order. I'll clerk, you can figure out how to do that. Can you read that, and then I will be able to come the governor.
And the last issue was a schedule of developments for each estate, indicating the expected commencement dates and anticipated timeline for their completion and proposed project implementation. So the governor had submitted that due to the ongoing negotiations with existing tenants and dates for site possession, the project commencement and completion have not been conclusively decided to enable the development of works program. The implementation of the first 7 sites within the 6 estates, namely Bahati, Maringo, Jericho, Ziwani, Kariobangi North, and Woodley, is broken down into 3 main phases, which is the pre-construction, construction, and the post-construction activities. So as attached is how the projects were advertised and are currently undergoing the procurement process for redevelopment.
I think let's go ahead to number 19 and 20 so that we can be able to conclude on the entire document. Isn't it, Senator Sifuna? So that for the benefit of the representatives. So just go ahead and read 19 and 20.
19 was on how the projects were advertised by the county government. So as attached, that's how they have been advertised and are currently undergoing the procurement process before initiation of the redevelopment process. The last one was a copy of the revised restriction of building in Isli. So the governor shared the revised restriction of building in Isli, noting that the legislation process was underway as the Nairobi City County Assembly.
Okay, very well. Perhaps before I take it back to the senators, at long last, the governor has arrived. Governor, we have already started the meeting, and I wanted just to request and recognize that you have arrived, and if possible, you go on record, as well as introduce your team, and then we'll take it from there.
Thank you, Chair. I don't know why it's at long last. I was scheduled for 2 p.m. That is the communication we had, and we discussed actually 20 minutes earlier. So it's not at long last. But Chair, thank you very much. My name is Sakaja. I'm the governor of Nairobi County. Thank you, senators and the residents. It's a very good opportunity for us to discuss. These are people who I know quite well, and the estates and the history of that, and we'll get into that. We're pleased to come here to have this discussion on our urban renewal program. Chair, we keep insisting that ours is an urban renewal program, not an affordable housing program, where we're regenerating and renewing council estates that have existed for a long period of time. So, Chair, with me, a few officers, I'll allow them to introduce themselves. Thank you.
Chairman, members, my name is Lydia Mathia, Chief Officer, Housing and Urban Renewal, Nairobi City County Government.
Chairman, Honorable members, His Excellency the Governor, Nairobi County, I'm Cecilia Koigo, Chief Officer Arts. Thank you.
Chair, members, and other Nairobians, my name is Michael Kinoti, Acting Director, Housing and Urban Renewal.
Boy, Deputy Director, Housing.
Through the Chair, I'm Job Moura, Head of Press.
Is that all, Governor? Okay. Yeah, so thank you, Governor, and welcome. We more perspective, as you may know, we had sought to have a number of conclusions on these issues, and one of the things that we're very keen on as a committee is the dignified handling of residents from these various estates, 13 of them to be particular now, in the middle of this development process. We wanted to have a conclusion on that, whether that is being handled in a just and dignified manner. But then the second issue that we are very keen on as a committee is to be able to explore from both your perspective and the representative's perspective whether there is good agreement and perhaps even some guarantees of what happens after the development has been done. Will the residents get fair share of whether allotment or otherwise provision of the same unit after development? I think this is really the major issue in this kind of development, the current state of affairs and the future state of affairs, and wanted to establish a congruence between the county government and the residents of these 13 estates. So we've just gone through a comprehensive status update, which I want to take you back to, because most of those materials actually came from your side in terms of updating the Senate, and I wanted to give just the members time to perhaps canvass on those materials that have been read by the clerk. Then now, because the governor is here, perhaps then I'll give the governor to lay bare his status report, and then we can open it up as a conversation between us, the governor and the leaders, esteemed leaders from the estates that we have represented in this house. I might also tell you, Governor, that we had sought to have 13 estates come, but unfortunately we only have 5 who have come. Partly we own up because that was a problem from our secretariat. I think that they were not able to reach to the other 8, but nonetheless we have agreed that we will find an avenue of convergence in terms of just being able to engage those other 8, because I think that it's important that all of them are engaged in this process. So go ahead, Senators.
Chair, with your permission, it will be useful for us to know which representatives we have. I know they had introduced themselves.
Yes.
But I'll be happy to also know who exactly we have.
We will just give you the name of the estates, and most of them, there are leaderships that are here, but then I will request that when the time comes that you're given to give a contribution, when you be contributing, just say your name, your designation, and the estate where you come from, for the benefit of the governor and the house. I think that would be good. So, clerk, may you go ahead and read the estates represented?
Thank you, Chair. We have Lumumba Estate, Ofafa Jericho Estate, Maringo Estate, New Pumwani, and the Woodley Estate. So we have 5 estates in the meeting right now.
Thank you. Thank you. Senators?
Chair, on a point of order, Governor has introduced his team, and there is somebody that I thought would be a necessary party to this conversation. Perhaps, Governor, why is the CEC for the Built Environment and Planning not here?
Governor?
He's coming. He's coming.
He's on his way? Okay.
Okay, thank you. Do you have any contributions, comments on what has just been presented by the clerk?
Yeah, Chair. First of all, thank you for that recap, because it helps to frame the conversation in the interest of time. It is clear that there are only 2 estates here. That would be Kariobangi North and Woodley, that are at the project execution phase. And I have not seen the representation from Kariobangi North, perhaps because we had agreed that we would want to hear from the residents on what is transpiring on the ground. Perhaps you could take the representatives from, say, Woodley first, and then maybe Lumumba, because there were certain promises or undertakings that were given by the governor with regards to engagement of the residents in those areas with regards to this particular project. But just from the recap there, I was proposing to my colleagues here that we make follow-ups on the specific matters that had been agreed upon, including the questions of the MOUs with the residents, whether that has been done, in which estates that has been done, the status of public participation in the remaining estates, because we only have 2 where the project has taken off, the binding agreements or the agreements with the developers in those other estates, and maybe we take it from there. But I would like to hear, Chair, with your permission, from the representatives of the estates on what exactly is going on currently, especially for those that governor submitted public participation had problems and where projects have begun.
Other members?
Chair, that's okay. Would benefit from that lead. Though I don't know, Senator Sifuna, whether you'll be amenable to a situation where we first allow the governor to give us a status report on the 5 estates that are represented here, so that then we can now get the residents to react to what the governor said. Then we engage them going forward. Because, Chair, remember what we said when we began, we need to bank some things here. Today, at least, let's conclude on certain issues. I don't know whether Senator, that would be fine with you?
That would be fine. I was only being sympathetic to the governor who has just walked in to give him some time to acclimatize. But if he's ready to go, I have no problem.
I know this climate.
Order.
And I like it.
Order, Governor. Senator Chute?
I think I support what Senator Umbo has just said.
Okay, very well. I think I'm in congruence with the 2 of you senators. But before I give the governor, perhaps Senator Miraj has just walked in. Please, Senator Miraj, may you put yourself on record?
Thank you, Chair. Good afternoon.